So, welcome back. Today I am going to mix up my seed a bit more. I brought a few more bits and pieces today. Obviously that there's for the chickens, but these are for the pigeon, which is the kalo, which is these little red seeds. I've got 2 kilos of that for $4.50. And then I got another bag of peas, which are done peas. I've got 5 kilos for $7.95, which is not too bad. Looks like there's a good little mixture of peas in there too, which is fantastic. Usually we just get the brown ones, but this time there's all different types in there, which is good. It's a bit of variety. And what I'm going to do is just mix up a new batch in that blue one, just because it's starting to get pretty low. And I do have quite a bit of wheat in those 2 tubs as well, so I've been cutting it down a bit more with wheat. Just because I get a lot of, actually heaps of questions from you guys. What do I feed my birds? Because the condition of them looks really good. Yeah, food's got a large part to do with it, but it's also got to do with grit and minerals, and obviously your loft and all those types of things. And the fact that most of my birds have just come out of molt too, so they're going to look top notch. But I'll go into my feeding. Realistically, I'm not a hardcore racer. I've only raced once, so I don't put a lot of emphasis on food at the moment. I basically cover the main groups of food, give them wheat, grit, and I also give them pink mineral powder, and that basically covers everything they need, because my birds are not working very hard. So long as I give them a variety of seeds and those minerals and the grit, they're usually pretty good. But I will do a bit of a mixture now anyway, because we need to feed them. So, like I said, I tipped a bit of wheat in there before. I'll give that a bit of a mix. But you can see currently what it looks like. There's probably a bit more corn in there than I'd like. I'll probably cut down a bit on the corn. I'll cut that out. That's why I didn't buy any more today. There's also the kalo, wheat, safflower, and the peas in there. You can see that the peas are just those normal brown ones, which are the done peas. But this time we've got a good mixture there. So I probably won't put all the peas in there. I may put half the peas in there, maybe half the kalo, and then I'll fill the rest with wheat, mix it all together. I like to use wheat as like a staple. It's just a cheap filler. I used to use pigeon pellets, but unfortunately I haven't found any that are really that great, so I'll just do a bit of a mix now. Another thing about these peas too, that you can see the size of them. They're actually reasonably small. I actually don't mind the smaller peas. Some of the peas I find are probably a little bit too big, but these are pretty good. And there's such a good variety of different types of done peas in there, which is good. So we will put these guys in there as well. Just going to put 1 cup in there, and then I might put half a cup of the kalo in there, and I'll just give it a bit of a mix, and I'll add some more wheat. And basically that's it. So I just mixed it up. You can see that it's predominantly quite a lot of wheat in there. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me on that, but you know, everyone does things differently, and you will see that as you go through YouTube and you see obviously everyone else's videos, and obviously reading in the comments below, you're going to see a very large difference. As long as you have a good variety of seeds, and you are feeding mineral powder and you're giving them grit, you know, generally the pigeons are going to be very good condition. And as long as you feed them enough, like you can feed them as much as you want or as little as you want, but you just got to find that balance, because everyone's birds are different. Just because people are training them, people, you know, like mine don't get out a lot at the moment, and then some people are flying racing them, so their requirements and everyone else's requirements are totally different. So that is something you got to take into consideration. And as I said, if you go in the comments below, I'm sure there's going to be a huge variety in different comments from what people recommend, etc, etc. So you can basically, the best thing is to go through and make up your best opinion yourself on what you want to be feeding your birds, what you can actually afford, because a lot of people just can't afford to be spending absolute fortune on pigeon seed, which you know, some of the very serious flies do. So yeah, you just make up a decision yourself. I'm going to catch you guys later. I just done this for the purpose to answer a lot of questions. I get heaps of questions about this, so it is far easier for me to make a video on it, and you can just basically, you know, make your own opinion up. That is the best thing you can do in pigeons. Catch you guys later.